The mission of Delta Dental of Arkansas is to improve the oral health of Arkansans. We primarily do that by providing affordable dental benefits to our customers and their members. But where our heart is truly helping people who cannot otherwise get the dental care that they need. And we do that through our foundation. So in that way, we feel like we fulfill our mission of trying to improve the oral health of all Arkansans.
We had, for literally 4 or 5 sessions of the General Assembly, tried to advance a statewide requirement for communities of a certain size to have fluoride in their water. If it had not been for the leadership of Delta Dental and the philanthropic support of its foundation, we would still to this date be fighting that battle. Because Ed Choate and the leadership of the organization and the board said, let's make that happen, they were able to bring a corporate front to a legislative debate and actually help make it not just be about public health, but make it be about good business sense to have people stay healthy with good oral health so that they remain as productive and as effective in our workforce as possible.
Because of what the involvement has been with Delta Dental, over the last 6 years of the Mission of Mercy, we have treated over 8,000 patients at almost $4 million worth of free dentistry. None of this could have happened in the first 3 or 4 years of our being unless we had had Delta Dental. And people do not understand that free dentistry is an expensive endeavor.
Thanks to Delta Dental Insurance of Arkansas, there are literally over 20,000 children a year that benefit from the generosity and graciousness of this great corporation and all that it does to support projects through Arkansas Children's Hospital Dental Services. Over 20,000 children a year have access to care that they may not otherwise have because of this community involvement, this great corporation that's world-class, it has a world-class product, and that's willing to give not only in money, but in volunteerism of their employees to make life better for all of the people in the communities that they serve.
CARTI has a dental clinic that supports the needs of the head and neck cancer patients, and we feel like that is a perfect fit with our mission to be able to help support those patients that may not be able to afford the oral health care that they need prior to starting radiation treatment. It supports our mission and supports CARTI's mission, so it's a very, very nice partnership between the two organizations.
Dental services are absolutely critical for patients with head and neck cancer. At the very basic level, one of the most important issues is simply the health of the teeth. Radiation therapy causes breakdown of enamel, which is the protective layer of teeth. It's also critically important in our patients where we do surgery, where we have to remove perhaps part of the jaw, the upper jaw or the lower jaw. The ability to reconstruct that is critically important for a person to be able to speak or swallow or communicate, and without dental services, that's simply impossible.
You need to have good facilities in order to give the very best and the first class treatment and service to the patient. I always believe in first class treatment with new techniques, digital x-ray machines. We thought that we need to have a digital Panorex machine. And we just contacted the Delta Dental and they gave us another grant, and I have the state-of-the-art digital x-ray machine that I do Panorex, which is helpful to me to do good diagnosis and good treatment for our patient. Everything I do with the oral cavity of the patient at CARTI is because I want them to have a normal life.
I've had 24 jaw surgeries due to cancer, and Dr. Bashiri and his team has walked me through it. They've done it all, and without them, I wouldn't be here. I was concerned about the bill because what it's going to cost, and he told me, "You don't worry about that." He said, "Let me worry about it." He taught me how to smile again. He's great. CARTI is part of it.
Delta Dental has been critically important in allowing us to provide services, to have the equipment to do the kinds of things that we need to do, to call in an oral surgeon if there's an extraction or something very complex that needs to be done. Without that kind of support, oftentimes that would fall directly on the patient, and many of our patients simply can't afford that. And then throw in the fact that they're also dealing with perhaps significant copays for medicines, significant issues with their surgical payments. Anyone or a group such as Delta Dental that comes forward and really supports the mission, and this is one of those things that's the mission of CARTI, that really benefits our patients, and that makes all the difference in the world.
One of the reasons that I want to participate in this and talk about Ed and Delta Dental is because of my wife. She is a breast cancer survivor. The folks in CARTI are the reason she's here today. The folks at Delta Dental are the reason so many people are not in pain today. There are very few groups out there that I deal with that have the heart that CARTI and that Delta Dental has. CARTI has made my life. Delta Dental has made life for so many other folks.
My father was treated at CARTI in the early 90s. And through that experience, I learned what a caring and compassionate place CARTI is. My father was bothered by the fact that I would take off work every day to take him to radiation treatments. But when I would take him, I just noted how CARTI was focused on caring for the entire patient, not just the cancer. And through this, my father learned that there was a transportation van that could pick him up at our house and take him for treatments. And he made all of the arrangements and just announced to me one day that I don't need you to take me anymore. I can be self-supporting and take myself. So I think that really gave him control back. When you fight cancer, a lot of times you don't have control. You have to give control over to so many. And because this gave him that control back and that ability to find transportation, and we may think that's such a small thing, but to my dad it meant so much because it also gave him independence. He wasn't dependent on me anymore, and to get him back and forth. So were other aspects of his care that CARTI thinks about that means so much to the patient that you may not even notice, but it really does mean a lot to the patient to have that caring support, and they meet their needs. If they see a patient's troubled with, having to burden a family member, CARTI will see if they can meet that need, and they did with my father. And he was so appreciative, and our family was so appreciative for what it gave him back during his fight.
From the bottom of my heart, for my patients who use the dental services at CARTI virtually every single day, the only thing I can say is that I am extremely grateful for what you do, and I hope you will continue to do it.